Brad joins us now. How ugly did it get post-game there, Brad?
Well, the locker room doors were still open as players and staff continued to file in after they had lost at Soldier Field for the third consecutive time this season. And there was some yelling and shouting that was clearly heard from inside the locker room, and it was unquestionably the voice of Brandon Marshall. He was yelling, "You play with your heart, you do your job, you just do your job, it's supposed to hurt, and then you just kick the ball." So when he's screaming or yelling, "You just kick the ball," he's either addressing the veteran kicker or the rookie punter who really never says anything. So my my bet would be on the veteran kicker now.
Robbie Gould got thrown under the bus there by Brandon?
Well, Robbie didn't have any glaring miscues in the football game yesterday. I don't know if Robbie's trying to calm him down, and he says that, explains to Robbie that he just kicks the ball or what. I'm not going to pretend to have been within the walls, but it was certainly a little tumultuous for them, and they're in a difficult spot right now when they entered the season with such high hopes, and they've lost at home to the likes of Ryan Tannehill and the since benched E.J. Manuel.
Well, I'm trying to figure this out, the relationship between Brandon Marshall and Jay Cutler. How would you describe it?
Well, it works great when things are going well. Marshall kissed him on the forehead at Levi's Stadium after the first game there in week 2, when on a sprained ankle, Brandon caught 3 touchdown passes, and they rallied in the second half to defeat the 49ers. So things were great then. Yesterday, Marshall was speaking, and he talked about all of the great players that they have on the offense. He named many of them. He credited what he called a stud offensive line, and he did not mention Cutler. Then later on, he was asked about the confidence of the offense, and he said that he had confidence, that Alshon Jeffrey had confidence, and Martellus Bennett had confidence, and Matt Forte had confidence. And he did not mention the quarterback. So, omitted because his emotions were still running high, and it just slipped his mind, or purposefully omitted. I think it's worthy of a discussion.
But, Brad, Jay Cutler doesn't have high highs, low lows when it comes to his emotion. He flatlines here.
Yeah.
Is that what bothers Brandon Marshall, who's not afraid to tell you exactly how he feels?
I don't think it's that, Dan. I think it's the turnovers that bother Brandon Marshall and probably keep Mark Trestman up late at night. He's second in the NFL, I believe, among quarterbacks in turnovers right now, behind only Kirk Cousins. And so that's saying something. I think he's one behind Cousins right now, or very close to him. So that's the problem. I mean, the interception was terrible.
Yeah.
The fumble, hey, Cameron Wake has stripped a lot of quarterbacks, and he will get more in the future. But when you're sort of moving away from the heat that's coming from that side, and you're holding the ball down around your waist, well, it's a big target for a skilled pass rusher like Cameron Wake. Those are the things that are crippling the Bears on a too frequent basis.
Final 30 seconds. What if Josh McCown were still there?
I don't know. Boy, that's a good question. I think McCown caught a perfect storm last year.
Oh, I agree with that, but you know how backup quarterbacks are loved.
I'll say this. If Josh McCown was still here, the Bears might feel a lot better about their position right now, because they've got $54 million guaranteed to Cutler between this year and the end of the 2015 season. So like it or not, they're hitched to him for a while. If McCown was still around, maybe Cutler's on a one-year deal with the franchise tag or something, and they're not as deeply into him. There's no change at quarterback coming for the Chicago Bears.
Thank you, Brad.
Have a nice day.
That's Brad Biggs, covers the Bears for the Chicago Tribune.